Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite thing, weak points. Now, everybody's got these. These are areas of the body that are less well developed, areas where you're less strong, and often areas we choose actively to neglect. So today I'm going to be talking about one of my weak points, and that is rear deltoids, posterior deltoids. Now, for many years, I did a lot of shoulder training, and a lot of my shoulder training helped develop anterior deltoid, but not so much the rear delts. Now, the problem with this is it doesn't look very good. You get a muscle imbalance. There's clear divisions between the size of the shoulder in the front and the back. You're left with this bit of a hollow, this weak point. And what this means is you're more susceptible to injury. Now, particularly with shoulders, muscle balance is key. So it's not something we want to leave alone and brush aside. So today, without further delay, I'm going to show you a couple of top tips that I've learned over the years to try and isolate and develop rear delts. Now, this is a work in progress, guys. It's still a weak point of mine, but every week in all my shoulder sessions, I'll dedicate some real good time, quite high volumes, 5-6 sets of an exercise just for rear deltoids. And then maybe choose to do less of anterior deltoids until I feel that balance is starting to come together. So first and foremost, I've got a couple of light dumbbells here, and I'm going to show you the bent over reverse fly. But there's a couple of little variants that I've changed over the years just to really try and isolate the deltoids in the rear. Because the problem is a lot of big muscles, including rhomboids and middle fibers of trapezius, want to take over. So similar if you're doing kind of row type exercises, any of these scapular retraction exercises, it's the big upper back muscles that will want to do all the work. So with your reverse fly, so if you just take hold of two dumbbells, I'm going to perch right on the edge of the seat here, and if you can just have a slight bend in the wrists. Now what the bend in the wrist does here is it reduces the work and effort from the extensor muscles in your forearm. If your wrists are straight, you can immediately see that tension there. They're starting to do a lot of the work. But if you bend the wrists, and you're going to bend your elbows, okay, and the next thing you're going to turn so pinkies are facing up to the ceiling. And last thing, you want a neutral spine. So make sure you're not round in the back because this can put a lot of pressure on your lower back. You're going to stick your bottom out, head and chest is up. I've got a nice bend in the knees. And last thing, before we do the exercise, you're going to just retract. So pull the shoulder blades slightly back, tucking in. All right, and then we're going to come up. And they're squeezing, really trying to actively squeeze the back of the shoulder. Good. And I can really start to feel that in rear delts. And you don't need to go heavy with this one, guys. So just light weights will suffice. If you go too heavy, you're going to cheat. You're going to start to use your upper back muscles. But again, we're trying to work the rear delts here. So these, I've got about 6 kilos here, 5 kilos in plates. And I think they're about 1 kilo, just the dumbbell stem itself. Okay, so that's variant 1. Now, variant 2, I'm going to do it with palms facing up, so the complete opposite grip. And the reason I choose to do this is rear deltoid has a number of functions. One of the functions of the back of the shoulder is to extend the shoulder, to bring it back. But another really important function of rear deltoids is to work with the posterior cuff, so infraspinatus teres minor, and also a little bit of supraspinatus to externally or outwardly rotate the shoulder. So on that basis, with this premise in mind, we're going to turn the shoulders into external rotation or supination, so a palm up grip, as if you're about to do a bicep exercise. So taking the same dumbbells, we're going to bend the elbows, turn the palms facing forwards, and again, I'm going to retract, so pull the shoulder blades back slightly. Maintain this elbow bend, maintain the palms up, and you're going to come back and squeeze from the rear deltoid, squeezing those muscles. Good. And again, it's quite interesting. So I can feel that in the rear delts, and I can almost feel that in the shoulder blade. So in my rotator cuff muscles, as they're starting to do more work. And again, you don't want to go heavy with this one as you just start to use more of your upper back. Now, inadvertently, this will work your upper back muscles. There's no way of isolating rear delts completely. Okay, so there we have it. Just two slight variations that you can add into your normal workout. Now, as part of your shoulder workout, you're probably already doing these reverse flies. But as I say, for years I was doing them, I was getting a little bit stale. Things weren't developing any further, despite going up a little bit of weight. But the problem with shoulders is, if you go too heavy, you're going to cheat with larger, more strong and able muscle groups, and you're just going to get a bigger upper back. So I hope that's been helpful there today. Just two variations of exercise that you can do to develop your rear deltoids. Now, as weak points, I say, are a really big thing. And if you want to excel in any sport, or if it's excelling in the gym, if it's excelling with bodybuilding, or just for general health and well-roundedness, you need to have good muscle balance. So do not, as I repeat, do not ignore your weak points. Sit down, pen and paper, identify where you're weak, and then change your plan, your training regime accordingly. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope this has been helpful. If you found the video useful in any way at all, if you could like and subscribe below, and I'll be bringing you some more weak point videos very shortly. Thanks and have a good day.